It should be enough. So 30 seconds left, so you still have time for a quick toilet and grabbing some snacks or late night supper or any meal or food, or cracking open a beer or something. Because we are going to witness 100% lesbian shit show. And Skor already started the game with pretty anime hi-fi, having closed ankle of both Upin and Chun on his starting hand. Meido has a straight way into Pinfu zone with a Dora to build things up. Nanashi's hand is quite empty as far as Manzu's set goes, but I think he will figure out his way through that. And姉帯豊音, I need to think about some shorter way of saying that nickname. Toyo? Yeah, Toyo will suffice. So Toyo is well, he does not have an Mensu, but he has a lot of Tatsu Spirit Heavenly, a lot of rearmament abilities. And whoa, Skor has managed to get additional pairs of Qman and Ropin, so he might risk going for the legendary Sananko Toitoi. Remember guys, it's not a Suanko Tenpai as long as he's not a tanky weight, and oh boy, here we have it, the 5th pair, so he's in Nishanten. Will he break? Will he abandon the dream? He's wavering, and he managed to steal his will through. He holds onto the dream. In the meantime, Meido, wow, what the fuck is going on? He decided to throw away his potentially Shanten for Chitoi Taneo Dorani, and he has gotten himself wow. Yeah, it's going to be a monster hand if Meido will manage to pull it through. I already see an Ipeiko with Tudora, Taniao, with a possibility of with a strong possibility of Sananko if you get his throws right. Nanashi has reached he's in this, and he broke. He is broken. He called it. He called the pawn, and now he is in a tenpai for a lowly Toitoi Chun. The dream is over, boys. And Meido decided to call the Dora, and now he's in tenpai for Kanchan weight on Uman, which he's not ever going to get. And he decided to discard his possible weight for Tamiao Toitoi, and he opted to stay in his weight that he's never going to get. And Skor launched up Khan for his attempts to get that sweet Rin Shantaiho, but it's not the case sadly. And he won't get another opportunity since he will never be able to count on that whipping. But what do we know? He managed to get a Sun Uncle Dora free, Sun Uncle Totoi Dora free, and Chun, and all that on his wow, by being dealer. So it's a dealer by man in the first fucking round. Wow. The rest of the table must be quite ass blasted at the side of it. So I guess abandoning the dream was a wise decision after all. So, going on to the another first East round. Skor is welcomed with a pretty standard hand. Nothing, not good, but not bad either. He already managed to get himself one. Wait a second, I need to remember the terminology. One Shunso of Quincy tiles, and looking at the hand of Meido, he's near. He discarded possible Ipeiko hand, and he's going solely for Damaten Chitoi Dora. It's a possible Damaten Chitoi with double Dora. Maybe I will make this a little bit more quiet. And he managed to get an additional Dora draw, and he called Arichi on a really good weight on a QSO. So first row Arichi on a potential Mangan, and what a mess. Toyo already dealt into a Ipatsu, so it's a Arichi, Ipatsu, Chitoi, Dora. Ooh. That's gotta stink. Richie, Patsu, Chitoi, Dora 4. So, as at the very beginning of the game, Toyo already gotten himself knocked into a no Richie zone, which must be painful. It was a very well chosen weight. And I got a hand hit to Meido. He has made a really good judgment calls by discarding that potential Ipeiko and going for a Chitoi. So in the second East round, Skor already has some really well made starting count. It's hard to count Shanten exactly, but he's in Rian Shanten, I suppose. Meido hand does not look any kind of spectacular yet, so I won't say much. And Nanashi's hand is pretty good. It could easily become a pinful. And for Toyo, yeah, the flow is all against him. Yeah, it's a Rian Shanten hand, but it doesn't help him that the pair of his is stuck in between the tiles. Or maybe not. So Meido is trying to bank onto the fact that he is a dealer in this round, and he's just going for a quick Tanyao hand. Meanwhile, Skor is possibly trying to. I'm missing the word here. Yeah, he's going to retry his. No, he's not. He's just going for a Toitoi. I was wondering if he will be able to keep it closed and go for a Sanarko, or just go for a quick open Toy. And it seems that he's trying to finish the game as soon as possible by sending Toyo right into the Shadow Realm. And I fucking hope that now the settings are alright and the game will finish as soon as any player hit below 0 mark. Because it really surprised me that in the first day of matches, across 24 games, there was only one case of player getting below 0. And due to the translation error, I clicked the wrong option. I was not looking, but Nanashi is in Tamaten Tenpai for just pinful, waiting for Q and Ro and Roman, and he got himself a sumo, which is a quite awful case. If he only called a Richie, he would have got a Mangan out of it, but without Richie it was only 220, which is the same, almost the same worth as 140. And due to that sumo, Toyo is even lower in the ranking at only 300 points. So I guess 130 sumo will still keep him alive at equal 0, but any other sumo or exhausted throw will eliminate him from the game. So, looking at the hand of Skor, he has he has maybe in 5th turn it's not so nice at all to not have any kind of Mensu, but it's still a possible pinfall. Still no Mensu. I guess dealing a Chun, yeah, it's a right call. Meido decided to discard that Benchan Tatsu on the left side of his hand, and he's heading to get something. I guess he'll try to call the Ton as soon as possible and try to finish the game by eliminating Toyo with a cheap targeted hand. Nanashi has he has a choice now because he has no logical draw here, reduction. So he had to dismantle one of his Ryanmen in order to preserve the Dora on his hand. And now he has to choose one of, if he wants to save the Dora, he has to pick one of the Ryanmen weights and discard it. Or get rid of the Kanchan with Dora and go for more optimized pinfall weight. Well, he went the Dora way, getting rid of Souzu Ryanmen. Oh, I forgot to sleep. And Toyo is in Damaten Tenpai, but it was only a Pinfunomi hand, and decided to change this weight to something else completely. Well, he would have gotten Sumo, but he wanted to get a Tanyao, so now he is in he is in Furiten. He is in Furiten, waiting for Raw, Soul and Pin, and also choose Q-Pin. I guess I should not say aloud, but I don't need to remind you guys that this wait is completely hopeless. And now Nanashi called Arichi with a monster Pinfu Sanshoku hand, waiting for Sun and Roman. It seems that almost every winning tile of his was exhausted, since both Sunman are on the respective hands of Toyo and Skor, and one final Roman is somewhere in the wall. But on the dealer spot, one direct hit from his hand could easily force a turnaround. Because it's Richie Sanshoku Pinfu with Euradora. With Sumo Euradora, it could be dealer's Hanuman. And Skor decided to Meteor his was it 10-5? Maybe not. I was not looking. And he dealt a safe tile.
No 10.
Yeah, so by taking this no 10 payment, Toyo managed to pull himself out of the no Richie zone, and he has 1,800 points. And we'll continue on to the third East round. And judging by the hands, Skor has a Mensu and Perry Manzu set, but nothing else in other suits, since he has a Omote Suji complete set in Pinzu and well, shitty tiles in Souzu set. Meido has two complete Mensu and a pair, so he only needs to find his way out within those Manzu tiles and around the cheap. Nanashi, since he's the dealer, he called as soon as possible the double tone, which instantly gives him 2 hand, and he'll probably go for a cheap open hand, since by being on the dealer spot he will get at least 3,000 points from that. But he has one limiter. He cannot run Toyo in this game because it will still hold him onto the third place. And Toyo, apart from that mess in the Sozo side, his hand looks pretty solid. With a Richie, it's possible to get a Richie Pinfu Doraichi. It could be a solid hand. With Oradora, it could even be Mangan, or close to it. Skor's hand is progressing as well. He is in Ishanten. Yeah, so now would be the time to discard one of the pairs. I assume discarding pair of Ipin would be the best. And or not. Skor decided that it's still there's still a chance for or maybe not. There was still a chance of Sanshoku if he got the right tiles, meaning Q and Q-Man and Paso, but he decided to get rid of both Q-So, since those were safe discards. Well, no need to play safe when everyone is still in Noten. And now Nanashi is in Tenpai. Contrary to what we see, it's not Chanta wait, it's just a double tone wait. He's waiting for Su and Chippy. And Skor has a possibility of calling Richie. He won't get his Ipeiko from there, but yeah, he's staying in Damaten and he's just waiting for Pa and Uso. Since he's in such a strong lead that he does not need to risk getting Richie. Nanashi discarded his alternative weight since he could switch to tanky weight, but yeah, that would be foolish for him to do. And he got himself at sumo. And now he's counting if he will take out Toyo from the game, but that won't be the case. And he declined himself that sumo, and instead went for another extent. He decided not to risk for some reason, and he changed his weight for a tanky weight. Interesting. Is there anything that I missed? No, I don't think that he has an Edora. So that sumo was completely safe. Or was it? Yeah, it was completely safe. And now what he's on the Hotei discard, so
Tenpai.
it's not Tenpai. So Meido is knocked down 3000 points below because he's in Noten. And Toyo managed to get himself another 1000 points, so another logistic. In Honba 2 of third East round, Nanashi has found himself having a totally shit hand. I guess getting Chanta from that is the only way out. Meido, on the other hand, has a really well-made hand with already an Ipeiko. Wow, yeah, this is going to end quickly. And looking at the other side, Toyo he's going for Honitsu with this shape, which is not a bad decision, but he won't have many opportunities to call. And Skor, well, he's in Ryan Shanten for Chito Itaniao, so I guess we'll see how it goes out. So will Nanashi decide to save the Pinzo set and not go for So with that, Skor is in Ishanten for Chito Itaniao. With Richie, it's already close to Mangan. And with Radora, it's Hanuman. Meido is in Ishanten, waiting for. He needs a pair somewhere on his hand. A pair or a additional Manzo tile that could connect him to that sequence, so he could get a double tank weight. And Toyo decided to discard almost exhausted Hatsu, and I think he's sticking to the Honitsu. He's discarding the pair of Pinzo tiles, so he decided not to go for Toy and go for Honitsu. And Skor is in Tenpai with Chito Itaniao. He decided not to call Richie, and Meido dealt his winning tile right away. Another successful Damaten attempt from Skor. So looking by it, Skor managed to grasp the flow and he has gotten himself a well-made starting hand with a pair and sequence already prepared and a bunch of opportunities spread across all three sets. Meido is also in a good shape, having a lone Dora, sequence, two pairs, and a lot of potential to expand his hand in different directions. And he decided to discard a swooping from that. Is he going for a Cheetah himself? Interesting. Interesting. So, Nanashi is in Ryan Shanten at this point in time. Possibility to upgrade the weight. And for Toyo, he's in Ishanten as well, waiting for a variety of tiles to else go for a closed hand with uncles or Ipeiko. And now Meido has called a Richie with his Richie Ipeiko, waiting on Q and Chi-Man. But sadly without Oradora it's only 240. So, finally we are in the South round. So, Skor has a good starting hand, yet again, with two Mensu with additional spare tile, and a pair already, so he just needs to get rid of all of the Yaochu tiles, and he will probably get into Tenpai very early on in the game. Meido has also a good starting hand, with two sequences and a pair, and well, I see that everyone has a great hand, to be frank. So it could be a really equal round for a change. Maybe we'll see 2 or 3 Richies even. So Toyo decided to open his hand, which was a waste in my opinion, since now he has locked himself into 130 because he doesn't have any Dora, and he just wants to get a quick win for some reason. I think that his hand was still able to evolve. Now he was in a penchant wait for, but he is still in a penchant wait for Shi-Man. He decided not to go for a champion wait. And now Skor is in a very strong Tenpai, calling Richie and waiting for Pa-Pin and Hatsu with his Richie Doraichi. And it seems that will he deal in? Will he see? And he dealt in, and that's going to be it, I think. Yeah, it's 240 on the dealer. So, and yeah, it even was on Natsu, so it's the end of the game. So with a huge advantage, Skor managed to qualify further on, with Meido in second place, and Nanashi and Toyo falling from the tournament near the very end. So, thank you guys for playing. It was a really good and interesting match. that I'm happy that I managed to spectate and commentate on. I mean, what the fuck? 2 Buyman in one match, it's not a everyday occurrence. So I shall prepare a bracket for the second to last match, the death match. I hope you guys are looking for it. So give me just 3 or 4 minutes and we'll be ready.